Hello, EVE Online. I'd like to talk to you about doing missions in Lowsec. And so I guess you've already looked at missions in Lowsec and seen the risk and thought it's not really a good idea for you. Well, I'm going to go over the kinds of missions that may be of interest to you that have relatively low risk. Okay, so those missions are the distribution. Because if you look at, for instance, the combat, and that's called security, or the mining, you've got to be out in space, you can be scanned, and even if you're behind gates, I mean, you have to constantly do your directional scanner, and it's pretty dangerous. But distribution missions are just moving things from one place to another. To do that, you're going to use a cloaky ship. Usually I'd say a crane, because it does warp out really fast. It's a general purpose. Always have the cubic meters that you're going to need to move stuff. Let me throw up a fitting real quick. Pretty standard. Cargo, a little bit of tank, a couple of optionals, and a cloak. 9,400 cubic. Now the thing is, I mean, do you really want to switch between a crane and a covert ops, depending on the M3? It's kind of like doing combat missions, having to switch out your resistances all the time based on your mission. I mean, you don't want to do that. So you come across, each of your agents, and you just want to be ready to take whatever they have. So very first thing I do is I'll go to the closest agent. I've got it on level 3s. These are the fastest ways to get your standings up. You start at 1s, and of course 2s, and every time you do a mission, because these distribution missions are usually 1 to 3 jumps out, you can accomplish them very quickly, and you can do many at once as you stop by agents on your way. And you can get the loyalty points real quick, you can get the standings up real quick. So if nothing else, you do distribution to get your standings up, to get loyalty points. Okay, so I've got it set for Lowsec, and everything else is only available. And we're going to go to Nebian, for example. Now I check local. I'm the only one in local here. It's a consideration because you want to know if your station is being camped. You would go to guest to see if anyone was with you, watching when you undock. You just basically want to know what's going on around you. So we're going to go ahead and go to our first system. I'll click jump and then cloak. Obviously I can't cloak when I'm right next to a station. It's more of a matter of habit, jump and cloak. So once I get a little bit away from that station, I'm going to cloak up. Now if someone jumps in and they do a directional scan, they'll have no idea what ship I'm in. Obviously intelligence is a very important factor in any kind of warfare. When you're in Lowsec, you can be shot at without intervention of Concord. Gate guns and station guns are the only things that can help you out there. And oftentimes they're usually not enough. So we're going to go ahead and jump. Now we want to make sure that we actually did decloak when we jumped. We want to make sure that we're within 2,000 meters of the gate. Otherwise it won't actually jump. Okay, in local I see another person besides myself, no one on gate. I'm going to click the station I want, click dock, click cloak. And I clicked it at the same time I said click, so you can have an idea of how quickly you want to click it. Too fast and it won't happen, and you'll be uncloaked. Too many times, and you'll cloak and decloak and have to wait the timer to cloak again, making you vulnerable to being locked. Obviously too slow and you'll get locked up. Now sometimes they do have gate cams between Fancy and Ami. You want to know where people like to set up their gate camps, just so you know what to expect. No surprises. And do not dual box. I guarantee you will forget one of the jumps. You will forget your character. Now, to fly this cloaky transport, you're going to need to have the industrial of your race up to 5, and you're going to have a transport skill up to probably 3. 5 if you want to be all out about it. So here I'm in station. I'm going to go ahead and pull up my level 3 agent distribution. And so this is what he's going to show me. He's got a mission for me to pick up here, of course, and to drop off in the same system, how can I turn that down? So of course I'm going to accept that. Very important that I grab, I'm going to double click on my ship, grab the items, very important. And then I'm going to go to, you don't see it on the screen, but you can kind of see it a little bit right in here. If I click on the left where my actual mission is, there will be a little thing that says set destination on the objective, and so it'll go ahead and send me there. So I'm going to go ahead and undock. There's only one guy, so there's really no risk. Click on station and click on dock. So nice thing about the crane, it aligns very quickly. You want to do look an MWD trick with maybe another kind of transport, the bustard and the Caldari line. It's going to warp extremely slow. Yes, it can cloak. Yes, it can do an insta warp right after it leaves cloak, but there's a lot more risk to it, and it's just slow to align. So you're going from station to station. You won't get any benefit from the cloak MWD trick. You can't cloak. Anything to do with stations is going to be slow. And even though you can cloak MWD, your warp out's still going to be 10 seconds. This is a lot faster, even without that trick. You won't have to do that trick all the time. So, alright, here we are at the station. I'm going to show you a few other missions just so you can get a feel for what level 3 distribution missions look like. And then I'm going to show you a level 4 mission. Alright, so let's go ahead and finish this one off. I click on that mission thing off on the left, agent missions. I like to click start convo just so I can say complete right there. And it's done. I've got a little over 100k plus 100k, so it's 230 or something. And then a couple hundred loyalty points. Pretty quick and easy, same system. Those are the ones you prefer. 1 jump is great, 2 jumps maybe. I might decline missions when they get to 3 or 4 jumps. Alright, so now in this particular station there's no agents of interest. Now, quick and easy, I want to go back there to that same mission, that same agent. So while I'm doing that, I'm going to pull up some of my other agents. You can focus on what some of those other missions look like. And then we're going to go to level 4s after that, which is 5 jumps away. Would be nice if I could actually pull up previous missions, but let's see, where journal. Okay, so that's a courier mission. We've got under construction. They want to pick up from here, drop off systems away 420 cubic meters. These are all level 3 agents. So sometimes they're a few thousand, sometimes up to 4,000, sometimes 400. Now you get the level 4s. They can be pretty large, at least 4,000, 5,000, something like that. Here's a humble gift. Pretty close. Amy to Jenny is a few jumps. And that's showing me a different one. Let's see. Let me go ahead and see if I can get another level 3 distribution. Alright, so I right click on this one, set destination, and it tells me this is 3 jumps out. It's also going in the wrong direction. It's taking me away from the area I'm going to go, so I'm going to go ahead and decline. And of course we have the standard 4-hour limit before I could decline from this agent. Jenny is more reasonable. It's only 1 jump out, but it's still going in the wrong direction. So I'm not going to decline this one, I'll just grab it after I'm done showing you around a little bit. Alright, so let me show you a couple others. Let's see, that was under construction. A couple of humble gift ones. This one has 89k and 248, 85 and 231, but obviously not exactly the same. Amy and Jenny, Nebby into Jenny. So you can see 7 are going to the same destination, so coming through back that way, there's a few of them I might grab right there. Just so I can take them all the same place. Now, this one takes you out 5 jumps from here. It does go towards AMI and just a few jumps out from that, so I mean that's iteration, depending on the situation. And then AMI just is out of Maka. So you can get an idea of what these level 3s look like. I actually was thinking about showing you the level 4s. I wonder if there's a way I can show conversation with this guy and just pull up a previous one, so I don't have to spend that time. Let's see. Maybe start convo. Yeah, okay, so instead of... Yeah, we might as well. So, I'm just looking at the time and wanted to make this a quick one, but I figure seeing a little bit of travel through through Lowsec might be useful. So, I'm going to go to Fancy, in person and local. As soon as I leave station, I'm going to cloak up. Let me pull up that agent finder again. There's the agent finder. And at the level 4, I'm going to right click Gatamon and set destination. Now, one of the reasons why I wanted to show you this is because I believe somewhere fancy to here or to Ami there was a gate camp yesterday, but you know, sometimes there might be other gate camps I want you to see. There really is zero risk of doing these missions. Zero bonuses of, you know, higher LP and rewards. You can get those standings up. Now, another way to get standings up is just to join a corporation that has high standings to the agents or corporations that you're in missions for. Now, in local here, there are 7 people, so odds are a bit higher. We might have some gate camps. So they can't put bubbles up. They can spam with jet cans. I do see 3 jet cans on this gate. Jet cans are really the only thing I have to worry about, and that's mostly when I'm coming into a system. Nothing on this gate. So they might be on one of the other 2 gates or in station organizing. Always want to watch the locals, know what's going on. Okay, from here we're gonna go Darn. It's just 3 more jumps. Now there's only 4 in Ami at this time. Sometimes Ami can get a bit crowded. Know your particular location. Really, it doesn't matter where you choose your Lowsec system. Probably want to have it maybe close to a hub, but the closer you are to hubs, the more you have to worry about Lowsec pirates. All depends on you, really. You only want it close to hubs if you got stuff to sell. Most of these transport, you don't accumulate anything. There's no loot to worry about, no salvage to worry about. There's a wreck there, some kind of a mining barge. Lovely. You won't find miners out here, almost never. It's very risky to mine out in Lowsec. In fact, all that risk means you can't do missions. Your combat missions, your mining missions. I can continue to run these missions. Actually, I'm doing this mostly because I'm on vacation from Nullsec. You know, the capital ops and carrier ops that we used to do. I'm just kind of tired and burnt out of the politics of it. So this is a very relaxing, very easy way to pass the time, make up a couple of LPs. Learn more about the Lowsec, and I'm sure if you think about it, you can think about lots of different advantages to working out of Lowsec. The biggest one has got to be that you don't have to worry about bubbles. You got to have the MWDs, and you got a quick burnout, and you got to be with gangs usually. And worry about countering bigger gangs and surprise. Yeah. Bubbles are... Now, this really cool thing coming out for battleships only. something to do with mini micro warps or whatever, where you can warp 100 kilometers out with 6 to 12 second spool up. You know, that can get you out of bubbles because they work inside of bubbles. So I mean, it's an option. Might affect Lowsec and bubbles a lot that way, but we'll have to see how they're implemented and how people take to them. This system is empty. They weren't got them on. Alright, so coming up on 15 minutes. I'm just going to pull this mission just so you can see what it is, and then we'll end the video there just because you've already seen some travel in Lowsec. Again, no one's here in local. That's the first thing I check. First thing I do, it's dock and then cloak. It's about that quick. Dock, cloak, dock, cloak. It's like that fast. If you do it too quick, like dock, cloak, it's just going to say interference with some kind of cloak. You can't do it, and it won't happen. So you have to do something like dock, cloak. You don't want to push it too many times because then the cloak takes, and then you push it again and cloak undoes itself. So just be careful about that. That's probably the biggest risk of cloaks. That and cargo container spamming. Coming into station, and let me go ahead and pull up the mission. Okay, so here's the level 4 distribution. Request it. And to Genai. Perfect. I've got a few others going to Genai as well. So 7,000 cubic meters. Obviously no frig is going to be able to handle that. And you're going to get close to 200k, almost 300k here. So added up like 450k. Maybe, huh? And then almost 900 loyalty points. So I mean, that's pretty sizable. Move some construction blocks. Pretty simple. So I'm going to go ahead and accept that and end the video. I hope you learned a little bit about these missions. You can see what they look like, how they work, and how you can actually do it in Lowsec and have no risk. So I mean, why do it in high sec if you can do it in low sec? You can get a little bit more risk, a little bit, or it's not even more risk, a little bit more rewards. So here's an idea for you, and hope you enjoyed this. Talk to you guys later. And go ahead and rate this thumbs up and tell everyone it's a great video. Talk to you guys later.